You caught me in the middle of doing my makeup. I wanted to have a late night chat with y'all because I don't do these videos often, and before I move on to the next video that I have planned, I feel like this is necessary to make for those of you who care about me, watch my content, are longtime viewers, actually engage with me, watch all of my videos, because I don't really give us the opportunity to have these conversations a lot in my normal content since I'm trying to appeal to, people's attention spans and respecting y'all's time by not rambling on and on about things that don't matter or aren't related to the video. So here we are, rambling. And that's what we're gonna do today, while also doing my current makeup routine, which I won't be talking about the products, but I will be taking you through most of the steps, and I'll link everything down below with my affiliate link if you are interested in any of these products, because I'm not gonna lie y'all, this is the best my makeup has looked. But today we're gonna talk about my content, the future of content, why I started content, what I want from my content, and where I'm kind of like struggling and messing up. I'm hoping by the end of this video you guys get a little bit more information about me, where I'm at in my life, in my content, and my headspace. And I also just want to get a little bit of feedback from y'all because I have some questions. I don't mean feedback about if my content is bad or good, okay? I'm not ready for that type of feedback, because I am always trying to improve my content. But feedback in the sense of how can I engage with y'all better? How can I connect with y'all better? Because I think I'm finally ready to do that. For the longest time when I started my channel, I was too afraid of that. I was not ready to fully unmask and show myself, and I spent the past couple of years just trying to put on my best face with content, and I think I'm at the point now where I'm comfortable with y'all. I'm in my robe, my hair is a mess, and I don't care anymore. This is how I want to show up on the internet, and I am actually very numb now to any type of criticism or hate. If there's anything I learned, you have to have thick skin in the content social media space, but especially in the beauty space. I do believe that the beauty community is so much stricter and harsher on content creators and influencers than a lot of other industries. I'm thinking maybe the gaming community is another one, but I don't know, I'm not really in that community. That's all to say, I don't really get a lot of hate, thankfully. For many years I had this fear of perception, I have this fear of being perceived, and it made me really uncomfortable, and that really held me back with content a lot because I couldn't fully give myself to the content. And I'm still, not fully there yet, but I'm getting closer. And that's why I'm finally comfortable to make a video like this, because I realize there are people that care about me, care about my life on the internet, as weird as that sounds. I am a stranger, so obviously you don't know me personally, and you will never know me personally. And you will never know my full life story. However, you do spend a lot of time with me if you watch all my videos, and that matters to me. Because if you are watching this video, then you probably watch all of my videos, and I will probably not be posting as much. Now, I wasn't posting a lot in general. I was only posting once a week, sometimes twice a week, and if I was lucky, 3 times a week, but I might cut that down even more, so hear me out. Okay, by the end of this, you're gonna understand why I'm coming to this conclusion of maybe posting less. And I also want to get some of y'all's feedback on a few things. Please don't give me unsolicited feedback unless it's positive. I will be asking for specific feedback, if you know what I mean. And I think that's gonna be the most helpful feedback for me. Anyways, I've been having a lot of back and forth conversations with myself. What the heck am I doing? Like, what am I doing? The past year, I have been, I don't want to say lost. Like, I don't want to use these self-deprecating terms. I try to look at myself in the most positive way possible, and I'm not gonna lie, it has really helped me mentally. So I'm gonna try to use words that aren't very self-deprecating, but we're gonna have to let it go every once in a while. If you watch my videos for the past year, you've probably noticed that I've been kind of here and there, like throwing spaghetti at the wall and trying to figure out what the heck do I like, what do other people want to watch that I also like to make. Because when I started this channel, my original goal was to make videos for people who have acne prone skin, textured skin like I do, to feel more confident in their skin. Because at the end of the day, skincare takes a really long time to work. Going to the dermatologist or getting skincare procedures done also takes time and money. And chasing perfection in our looks and our beauty is us chasing a specific goal, and that doesn't fix the problem right now, which is our happiness. My thought process was that makeup is what has always helped me feel more present and feel more confident in myself to go to work, to go to school, to just be as I am, because makeup is that fix. But not only is it a fix to cover up my bad skin, the process of putting on makeup is very therapeutic for me as well. Originally, when I started wearing makeup, it was like every tween girl just putting on makeup for the sake of learning how to put on makeup and feeling older, feeling prettier, right? And then when I hit puberty, my skin started acting up. I used makeup to cover up my skin because I was extremely insecure about it. It affected me mentally. It affected me for a really long time, and it stopped me from really doing a lot of things because I felt like I was ugly. And it just makes me sad to think about that, like to think about my younger self, because I look back and I'm like, I was not an ugly person. I wasn't. Was I conventionally pretty? No, but I wasn't ugly. And it makes me sad that I spent a good chunk of my life walking around thinking that I was ugly just because I had acne. Acne is temporary. Like, it goes away. And even if scars are left on your face, which is what I'm left with, that's fine. That's okay too. So for a while, I was using makeup as a temporary fix for my acne. And I wasn't really wearing makeup as self-expression. I just wore it because I felt like I had to. Until 2020, where we were all locked down during the pandemic and we had nowhere to go and nothing to do. First of all, let me take a second though. Look at this eye makeup. This is so pretty. I did say it's a fire makeup routine. So during lockdown, a lot of people stopped wearing makeup, stopped wearing lipstick, stopped wearing lip gloss, because there was really no point to, right? You weren't going to work, you weren't going to school, you were stuck in the house. If anything, maybe you would wear a little bit of makeup for Zoom calls, and again, depending on your career. I was working, I think I was a travel agent, and I almost got laid off, ironically, because I had gotten the job of travel agent when everything was shutting down. And luckily, I ended up being able to take over a position in marketing because someone had left the job. I was working more of like an office corporate position. But for me during lockdown, that was my time to experiment and explore with makeup. I actually started buying more makeup during that time. I started wearing makeup for myself. Like, it helped me find structure during a time that had no structure because you were at home 24/7. And the act of putting on my makeup before work, or even during my lunch break, or during my work day, I'm not actually doing work, just made me feel really good inside. And it allowed me to do really bad makeup without the risk of looking really bad out in public. So while everyone was obsessing over skincare and maybe the clean girl aesthetic, I was doing 2016 makeup, y'all. I was going back in time and just learning techniques I didn't really care. And during that time, makeup shifted from this thing I use to feel and look pretty in my skin to this thing I use because it's fun, it's therapeutic, it's creative, it's a form of self-expression. And that is when things significantly shifted for me. So eventually I just started making makeup videos. They were really bad makeup videos because I didn't really know what I was doing. And that's when this channel was born, because I realized I could make videos for people like me who didn't have like the best skin. And if you have skin like mine, you know that doing makeup on it is very challenging. It is not easy to get your makeup to look smooth when your skin is textured, when your skin has large pores or pitted acne scars. Again, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But that is who I wanted to make these videos for. I didn't want to make videos about shopping, didn't want to make videos about underconsumption, didn't want to make videos about overconsumption. I wanted to make videos about products. I wanted to review products, but I also wanted to speak to those of you who can relate to me and my story and my experience. And I definitely did lose that along the way. So as I'm speaking now, I'm like, maybe that is what I need to get back to. I think it's really hard in the space that we're in right now, especially in the beauty industry, the state of the world. I hate that phrase, but like the state of the world that we're in right now, the politics, the ice, what else is going on? There's a lot going on, okay? It's not It's not a fun time to be living in the US right now. Let's just say that. But all of that has affected the influencer, the content creator space, the beauty space in ways that are confusing, are frustrating for both the viewers and the content creators. And I would consider this a very awkward time. Very, very awkward time. We thought 2020 was what do they call it? An unprecedented year. But these past few years have been very much survival mode for me, especially, and I'm sure for a lot of you as well. And the one thing that felt like therapy to me was also getting crapped on because of the conversations around overconsumption. I'm gonna put some powder on. This is my new favorite powder right now, by the way. If you didn't watch my last video, this is Morphe's powder. But what makes things even more confusing and more complex, again, this is a first world issue, of course, but it's the fact that there were a lot of conversations going around about overconsumption, underconsumption. I was part of some of those conversations, and I definitely still stand by, obviously buying things very strategically, not overspending. Those are still my values. But at the same time, I'm not someone who underconsumes. I definitely still overconsume, and that's what makes it really complicated, because I agree with these conversations about sustainability, about not over purchasing or whatever, like overbuying makeup products, but at the same time, that is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy sitting here and putting on my makeup. I enjoy buying a product, trying it, and reviewing it for y'all. And I do think there needs to be those types of people in these spaces, because the whole point is to help you decide and make smarter purchasing decisions. But then one could argue that you can't even trust influencers anymore. You can't trust content creators like me anymore, because when you're doing it for monetary reasons, it's really difficult to trust reviews when you have relationships with brands. And I'm speaking from both the content creator perspective and the viewer perspective as well, because from the viewer perspective, it's like, okay, like I came to you to watch a review, to hear your honest thoughts, but you're sponsored by the brand, or you want to be sponsored by the brand. So how can I trust that you actually mean what you say? And then from a content creator perspective, you love these products, you love these brands, so of course you want to work with them. And there are a lot of content creators who are honest, who are transparent, but then there are the few that ruin it for everybody else. Now, I think the industry is in a weird spot because people aren't trusting influencers and beauty reviewers like they used to. Beauty reviewers used to be that like in between space where if you read online reviews, you can't really trust them. You can't really trust what the brands are saying about their products, because obviously there are biases. So you would watch beauty reviewers because they had some expertise and they were able to compare to other things, but then you could also trust their opinion. But now that trust is no longer there, for the most part, obviously. So then I sit here like, what is my value? Like, what value am I providing to y'all? I would love y'all to trust me, okay? But I also understand if you don't trust me, you do not know me, right? So if you might not trust me, my reviews might not provide a lot of value for you. If I am not the most entertaining person, I'm not providing any value for you. So that's my dilemma here. What value am I providing for y'all? Like, I personally like doing this. I love just sitting here, do my makeup, talking, telling you all of my favorite products. That's what I want to do. That's like a rhetorical question. You can answer it if you want. Maybe answer, what do you watch my content for? Like, what particularly gets you coming back to watching every single video, right? But again, it's complicated because you might be watching my videos because of this reason, but someone else might be watching my videos because of that reason. And that doesn't mean the majority of people are going to come and watch my videos for the same reasons you are. And I'm looking to provide value that a large amount of people want to see. That's part of the gig. That's part of the content game. So for the past year, I've been trying a variety of different content, which I don't think is a bad thing. Trying to figure out what I like making, what I don't like making, what you like watching, what you don't like watching, and aligning what you like watching with what I like making. That is the golden ticket for me, okay? That is what I want, because that means if I like making it, I'm gonna make more of it. I'm gonna make more of it often. If you like watching it, you're gonna keep coming back. You're gonna keep coming back often. And I hoped that by the end of 2025, I would have figured that out, but I definitely didn't. I even went through a time frame where I paused and limited the amount of sponsorships and brand deals I was taking because I wanted to take the time to figure that out before I made it more complicated by accepting sponsorships and brand deals. And now I still do accept some, of course, the ones that I really care about and the ones that align with my content style. That's a whole nother conversation, but I could have accepted more. Anyways, I was hoping that that sacrifice would allow me to get a clearer picture of what the heck I'm doing with my videos. And unfortunately, I'm closer, but I'm not fully there yet. For the next few months, it's going to impact what my videos look like, and that is why I'm making this video, because I don't want you guys to be confused about what the heck is going on with my videos. There will be times where I'm just posting what I usually post, which is maybe like criticizing new makeup videos, maybe like a makeup review or something like that, but there will be other times where I am experimenting with different types of content, and I might expand outside of beauty. I don't know about that yet because beauty is so important to me and I love making videos about beauty, so I don't think that's going anywhere anytime soon, but I might do more like lifestyle topics, maybe. It's not gonna be a major shift that's jarring to my content though, I don't think. But if it is, please do not be surprised and please support the video. I also might go longer without making content. So usually I post 1 time a week, 2 times a week, and if I am having a really good week, 3 times a week. But this time around, I might go 2 weeks without posting content because I will be experimenting and I will be taking more time with certain types of videos. And when I'm trying something new, I need that time to learn and kind of figure out the formatting and how I want things to be. And I don't want the pressure of having to post every single week, so hopefully that is okay with y'all. And that's all to say, like, if I take 2 weeks to make a video, you might get more quality video. And my goal in general, no matter what, is to put out quality content. I hate putting out crappy content. I mean, I still put out imperfect videos for the sake of posting, but I want to get to the point where I'm choosing quality over quantity, which means I'm not going to be posting as often. So I might have to sacrifice weekly videos for that type of content. And my question for you is that if I'm not going to be posting once every week, and if I do go longer periods without posting a long form video, how can we stay connected? Do you want to find me on Instagram? Do you want me to post more on community posts? Should I post more on Instagram stories? Where do you want to find me? Another idea I'm kind of throwing and floating around is doing live streams on YouTube because I like doing this. Like, this is so fun for me. Just sitting, chatting, and do my makeup. If I could do this for the rest of my life, I would. Without any strategy, without any planning, scripting, ideation, or anything like that. I could just be myself. I would love to do that. So maybe I could do like a weekly stream on YouTube, just doing my makeup at night. I'm itchy, hold on. And if I do those streams, when would you watch them? I would ideally love to do them in the evening, maybe around 7 to 9 p.m. Yeah, 7 to 9 p.m. I live on the East Coast. Doing it after work hours is probably going to be better. And speaking of work, I forgot to mention that part of why I may not be posting as often, or I might miss a week or 2 of posting, is because I am going to be focusing on other areas of my life. So I think we're just gonna let the hair be messy. Bedhead. I'm literally going to bed after this and taking off my makeup because I don't want to do my hair. We're just gonna let it be. I'm also growing out my bangs, so things are not looking that cute and that pretty. But the biggest milestone I've hit is this moment right here, which is being able to show more of myself a little bit, show more of the imperfect side of myself, because usually I would repeat myself over and over again trying to say things perfectly, trying to say things, just trying to say things right and correctly, and I usually take myself a little too seriously. I think although I am still a little lost about my direction of this channel and where I want it to go, I do feel very good and proud of the fact that I've hit this little milestone that I didn't know was even a goal that I was having, which is being able to show up more like myself on the internet, which if you don't make videos, like, y'all, it's really hard to do. It is hard to, first of all, talk to a camera and talk to yourself. Luckily, I've been doing it for my entire life, probably 15 years now, but it's another thing to be able to be your true self in front of the internet. And a lot of content advice is always be yourself, but it's really hard to be yourself because the internet wants a specific version of you sometimes. And that's why there are influencers who are a little bit extra about how they come off, or a little bit extra about how they're presenting themselves, because that is the more entertaining, boosted version of themselves. And some people are naturally like that, right? This is my natural state. This is as natural as it's going to get. Now, you're not gonna ever know me fully, and you're not gonna know my entire life story. You're not gonna know the ins and outs of who I am, obviously, because you're only gonna be watching 10 minutes, 20 minutes, at most maybe an hour live stream or something like that of me. But I am someone who will literally edit out every little thing, and I will repeat something over and over again to perfect the way that I say something, because I'm just weird like that. I'm just particular like that, actually. Particular is a better word. But I think I've rambled on enough. So thank you all for those of you who have watched this video until the end. Comment below a cookie emoji if you watched until the end. And please share your feedback on the questions that I asked you, because that would help me out a lot. I hope you all take some time to take care of yourself if you do have the privilege and time to take care of yourself. And thank you so much for spending time with me, watching all of my videos, liking them, commenting on them, because I really, really appreciate it. It keeps me going, and that is what inspires me to stay consistent. So until the next one, I'll catch you in the next video.